Hi, and welcome to a new Plug and Groove video. My name is John Skippy Limcool. Welcome. I'm trying to be hip here. Hey, so we've released 157 MIDI grooves for the SuperMacho Drums library, 57 MIDI grooves for the BreakTweaker version of OMG Urban. And I want to show this to you. Let's do a quick show and tell first. So the BreakTweaker versions say A, right? After you've installed it into SuperMacho Drums and you go to the groove player, so here's the A groove. Now, the reason the SuperMacho Drums library was made is because it has basically like 56 additional samples across the keyboard, so it can have a lot more going on. So while you see A grooves here, you see B's, which does more than the A. All the A grooves are things that are just using only the 6 samples. Okay, so you can say, get it, here, come and get it. Here's B. And here's C. So each one gets more complex, adds more things to it. The BreakTweaker library only has MIDI grooves for A's because there's only the 6 samples. You don't have all these additional samples. Whereas the SuperMacho Drums library, there's all these samples. So there's B and sometimes C alternate grooves to all the things that I did. Okay, so that's how it's broken up and how it's done. I'll give you a couple tips in a minute, but let's do installation really quick. Here's the file that you download. You can get this by my website, by the way. So you go to plugandgroove.com. Choose what format you want. If you want the bundle, you can hit the bundles button. If you want it for SuperMacho Drums, you'd want to hit the contact 5 button. You need to own both SuperMacho Drums, and then you can get the Urban library, okay? It doesn't work without SuperMacho Drums because all the additional samples are from SuperMacho Drums. So this is where you go on my website to get that. Once you have bought it, if you're already an existing customer, which I sincerely thank you, when you log in, you will see something like this. Here's the bundle. So it's got the Serum, the BreakTweaker, the SuperMacho Drums versions, and then right here is something new. This right here is the Urban Grooves bonus grooves. And you download that by just clicking on it. And then it shows up right here. And you have the BreakTweaker folder, which is only MIDI files. So this can be anywhere. You don't have to place these anywhere specific because it's kind of a bonus thing to do this with BreakTweaker. It's just playing the bottom 6 notes on the keyboard to play the A grooves, right? The SuperMacho Drums is more involved. There's 2 folders, and you see one that says Urban Kits Volume 2. Now, I named it Volume 2 because I did 2 things. I did a small edit to every kit. One of the samples needed an envelope for the fade in, and then I added on top of that, go to see the names, these menus. Back in the day, we did this with Korg, and it's kind of fun to have, where you have menus with everything across the keyboard from all of the grooves combined. All the kicks together, all the snares and hats together. There's one right here which has virtually every note of 128 notes. You can't even play it on any 88-note keyboard. You have to use transpose features in your sequencer to get to all the notes. The effects and tonal's really cool to have. And then all the additional 45 kits are there. Now this you can place into your SuperMacho Drums folder. And if you just put this here like that, you'll see that it goes in. Now, if you've got the kits right here and you haven't done any changes, no edits, you haven't made your own kits, if you want, you can delete this and just rename this there. You can rename it that way. And I'll show you in a second how we need to rebuild our quick load. And then the SuperMacho Drum MIDI files, you would go right here. On the Mac, it's a different location than PCs, but everybody has a native instruments folder which has all of your native instruments, different libraries that you have installed on your computer. And in there will be a Contact 5 folder, MIDI files. Open up the MIDI files. Here is the bonus. I renamed, by the way, all these guys to be a little bit simpler in the name so it's organized better. If you want to rename yours in your MIDI file folder, that's names you can name it. Okay, just so it shows up a little bit cleaner. Some say MIDI grooves and all sorts of stuff as they were bonus things that I added over time. And I haven't cleaned them up name-wise in the downloads, but you can rename it yourself really easy right here if you want. Now, once you've done that, when you go to Contact 5 inside of Logic, or whatever your sequencer of choice is, you have the drum kits, right? Oh, let's do this real quick. We need to build the quick load. That's why it's not working. So we would go over here. You want to make sure that you go to the files, navigate around to where you get the SuperMacho Drums folder, and to here, and then you right click right here. You can also hit, I believe, quick load is shown right here. Okay. But it's really easy just to hold down the control key and click right here to make it show up and go away. And then let's get rid of this one and let's reinstall it. All you do is take the SuperMacho Drums folder, drag it over here, let go. And by doing that, it will now re-index, give me all the kits, right? So here's the urban kits. And now you see there's all bass drum, snare drum, hat, clap, simple percussion stuff, and then all the main grooves that came with it. So there's kits. Now there's these drums, which are the maps. I'll show you those in a minute. So now we can make this go away if we want and make quick load go away. And all you have to do, there's two ways to use this. One way is to drag the MIDI file from the groove player, hit play. Bum, 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 bum. If you want, all you have to do is just drag the MIDI file over here and it's there. So we could go over here and let's go to the pitchy G. Let's have it do that. Now, if I don't have the pitch right, remember you have things like note lock, so you can. You know, distortion on it. Lo-fi it. EQ it, and I want to unlock my note lock. Put big reverb on that. Anyway, so that's how it works. If you want to use just a groove player, then you can just go to the groove player, urban. Say we like Little Havana B or C. If I want to use this with my sequencer without MIDI files, I need to go up here, delete the MIDI file so there's nothing here, and just turn on the auto light. And now, right? And play along. If you want to do it the other way, which is sometimes fun, you just drag the MIDI file to your sequencer. And the advantage to this, that's kind of cool, turn off the auto light so it doesn't play. Now it's a MIDI file and you can change kits. Right? So whatever kit you call up, certain sounds are going to be different. And in this particular groove, it's mainly percussion and just a little bit of drums. But if I go to grooves and I choose something that's crazier, you know, let's choose that. Okay. Now when I hit play and change kits, it's different for each kit. And if there's a note you don't like, just hit the P button to get your piano roll. Maybe I don't like the sub. There's two ways to fix it. You could delete it, or you could go to SuperMacho Drums. Hello. And let's make it short. So it's just a, and let's put it. And maybe I don't like this kick drum sound, so I want to filter it. And let's bring it up. There. Now it's not sounding in the mix, so I'm going to lock it so I can play with it. Find where I want it to be. Maybe I want a little bit of sustain from that sus. So by just changing a few parameters, I've taken it from being kind of wanky, right? Like it originally was filtering, enveloping, pitch EGs, and there's other effects and stuff to play with. But that's the powers. You can sculpt it all you want, or just keep going to different kits. And if that snare, you don't like how it's ringing, play the snare, hit note lock, and now you can. You determine how long it sustains out. Maybe want some EQ on it. Off you go. So it's really fun to have all these bonus grooves. They're really fun. They only come with the urban libraries. So get them, BreakTweaker or SuperMacho Drums or the bundle. That's the 3 ways to get these. They don't come with Serum because Serum doesn't play MIDI files. But that's the way to get these grooves into your world. And they're fun to play with. There's some techno stuff, but for the most part, well, there's techno, there's a little bit of down tempo, some chill, but mostly it's urban hip hop kind of grooves. So there you go. Enjoy. Thanks for your support. Always appreciated. See you later. Bye.